Who knows, maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, a couple decades. This is something we've been focused on digital currencies for, couple decades.
Give a type of money that can only be spent for a specific number of reasons. And some worry about that state control or whatever. But like in this particular narrow use case, you want to give checks to individuals to get the economy moving again.
Yeah.
So if you think of programmable money that expires if you don't spend it.
Going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back as expected. We also have stocks down. And depending on how much we pull back early will depend on how much we pull back in crypto on Friday. We know on Friday we have the contracts expiring for futures. This is like clockwork. We do this every single month. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have yield rates pumping. And I told you they were going to continue to rise. And I'm going to go over that later. And then we have the dollar also up, plus gold and silver up. And we know that makes absolutely no sense. But when you're dealing with a manipulated market, it actually does. And then we have volume in crypto right now up. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $259 billion on Friday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And we have central banks cutting rates in the face of inflation. And we know the inflation that we have is corporate greed. But remember, guys, we're in a plan and moves in phases. They have to destroy this whole legacy market in order for the fourth industrial revolution to rise, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over and pay each other with crypto. And that's the reason why these digital assets are so important. Now, again, we see yield rates are pumping. And just a month ago, we were probably at about 3.5 or 3.6 at the 10-year. Now the 10-year is at a 4.7. This is unbelievable. And you know you heard it from Crypto Teacher first. The yield rates will slowly move back up, of course, until we get this Fed meeting. But that's after the election. And then we know, guys, once we get this new administration in, the movies are going to start to step up. And we see so many geopolitical events going on. And when you do your research, you also are seeing the digital economy moving fast forward right behind it. If you're a part of the Patreons, you can see the NWO's vision clearly. And speaking of the NWO's vision, make sure you watch the video I did last night. We received another banking collapse, and we received absolutely no news from the mainstream media. And as these small and medium-sized banks dwindle away, the small and medium-sized businesses are going to go right along with it, because we're seeing big business either closing or filing bankruptcy. You're witnessing the closing of America as we know it. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Right now, the Bitcoin spot ETFs are down. The Ethereum ETFs right now are up. Now we have VanEck in Europe launches staking for Solana's ETP. And if Ethereum spot ETF in the US had staking, it would definitely have more inflows than Bitcoin. But remember, guys, we're in a plan. It eventually is going to happen. Now we have Stripe and a $1.1 billion acquisition deal for stablecoin platform Bridge. And we know stablecoins are the foundation of the fourth industrial revolution, because stablecoins are nothing but digital dollars, and you have to back those digital dollars with assets. And of course, those are tokenized treasuries. And that's what keeps the central banks in control. Like I told you in the NWO book, if it wasn't for digital assets, America to Babylon would be a third world country. But the dollar definitely is going to lose the world reserve currency, but it's still going to have a little power. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have crypto AI smart ring startup Kudos integrates real app to verify biometric data. And in order to sell to people, you come up with items that make things look cool. Putting a ring on your finger, learning your heart rate, what's going on with your health is wonderful until it gets hacked. And that information is not correct. Remember, this technology can be used for good or evil. All information should not be online. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the UK pension giant is entering crypto by offering tokenized funds. And this is a pension that has over $1 trillion under assets under management. And this is all about tokenizing treasuries. Treasuries back money market funds via tokens on blockchain. And we already know about BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, State Street, and others. While the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. It doesn't matter what country you go to, they all have the same plan, and that's for the digital economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, we have Metamask and digital identity firm Space ID aims to simplify crypto. And that's using one domain name across wallets. And we know whoever makes this seamless is the winner. When you're dealing with the sheep, you make it as simplest as possible, and they'll never understand the technology. They'll use it, but they'll never understand it. And that's how the NWO stays in control. And when you hear MetaMask, you should hear JP Morgan. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.